Hi, this is Mike from Sophia Institute for Teachers. In this video, we'd like to share some tips and encouragement for making Spirit of Truth as effective as it can be in your classroom. This video is part of a series to help you get the most out of your new textbooks. Please take a few minutes to watch them all. Here are some things to keep in mind about when teaching with Spirit of Truth in your classroom. Remember, you are the expert. Your Spirit of Truth textbook, like any textbook in any subject area, is just one tool available to you for teaching the Catholic faith. While written to be as comprehensive as possible, it can never replace your own experience and expertise as a teacher, your familiarity with your own students, and most importantly, the relationships that you build with your students and your witness of faith. Trust your teacher instinct. All of the lessons in Spirit of Truth were created to be adaptable. If good, high-quality learning is happening, feel free to spend a whole class on a single warm-up, or extend an activity over 2 days. Think quality, not quantity. You can always swap out an activity for a tried-and-true lesson of your own. You can mix and match the parts of a lesson by using the warm-up from one day with an activity from another. You can even choose to do some lessons out of order. Again, the goal is always quality versus quantity. Don't be afraid of not completing everything, especially if your students are engaged and learning. Like any textbook or lesson plan, some lessons may not work perfectly with your particular group of students. We encourage you to make Spirit of Truth your own. It may take your students longer to get through an activity than others, or they may not respond to a particular teaching strategy right away. Remember, this is not necessarily a bad sign, especially if they're being challenged to learn in new ways. But that said, feel free to adapt a particular lesson or activity because you know doing so will work better with your students than the way the lesson was written. For example, if your students don't like group work, but the lesson calls for group work, you can have them do the activities individually, or maybe in pairs, if that works better. Adapt readings to be done as a whole group instead of individually. Read them aloud to your students, or have them read together in pairs or groups. You can change the way students interact with the textbook. If the lesson suggests you have your students write their answers, it's okay to turn that into a class discussion, or to have your students say their responses aloud. Many lessons include activities connected to sacred art. You may choose to swap out a suggested sacred art image for another that you prefer. You can also add more sacred art than what is included in the textbooks. It's always good to adapt your teaching to what works for you. Religion is just like other subjects in this way. Your enthusiasm and excitement will be contagious. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to watch the next short video that discusses the unit tests for Spirit of Truth.